I'm here at Olympia, and in there are some of the biggest names from sci-fi, fantasy, and all-action movies of all time.
Whoosh, whoosh. Sci-Fi Channel.
Hello, what's going on here?
No fair.
This movie was, well, it basically gave me nightmares for most of my childhood. What was it like actually filming it?
Well, I had planned on what I was going to do before I got there, pretty much. I knew what he wanted. And it wasn't bad at all. I mean, actually, the outfit that I wore to do it, I had a pair of cut-off Levi's on with metal sides and long cables that went out, and they ran all the way to the beach. And then they had 10 guys on each line pulling.
Well, from a gorgeous boy to a gorgeous man, I'm here with Noah, again, one of the legends from Never Ending Story. I grew up with this movie. I absolutely grew up with this movie. How exciting was it to work on it?
It was amazing. I mean, every dream a 12-year-old could have, that pretty much, yeah, I was 12. We shot for a year, so 12 and 13. But I mean, you know, I got to run around and play Indian and jump out of trees. And it was hard work, but it was a lot of fun.
I was doing one of these things in Birmingham not long ago. Just before we finished, a bloke came running up to me and said, "Oh, Mr. Chancellor, I've been looking all over for you. You were in Local Hero." I could have kissed him. Nobody in all these years has ever said anything about anything except these, you know?
Really, though, what does it feel like to actually be Darth Vader?
Well, I don't take any notice of it. I mean, it's nice to come away and do all these shows and have all the sort of plaudits of the fans, you know, because, I mean, you meet fans all over the world. But, I mean, but Darth Vader's great because, as I said, it's given me, you know, it's like, years and years ago, there used to be a cigarette ad on television. It's a long time ago, mind you. And it was called Peter Stuyvesant. And this guy used to smoke the cigarette and he used to go, "Peter Stuyvesant, passport to international travel." And I go, "Darth Vader, passport to passport to international travel." I'm 76. And I mean, I'm traveling around the world doing all this, you know, all this work, and you meet some wonderful people, and it keeps me young, as it were, you know. Yeah.
Well, they'd already made the robots, and they couldn't find anybody to fit inside it.
Right.
But they all knew me in London at the time, and I happened to be living in London or nearby. So I got the job. That was all it was, just another job.
Whereabouts was it filmed then?
In Elstree.
It was horrible. It was kind of like working in the salt mines.
I'm sure.
No, you know, it was a hoot. We had a great time on set. You know, no one took themselves that seriously, and you know, our job one was always to have fun. You know, and we absolutely did do that. We had 10 years of laughs.
10 whole years. Wow.
Yeah, yep. Or as I like to call it, 200 checks.
You've got your diary out.
I have, but this was the Star Wars one, the first one.
Okay.
And this is in May, and as you can see, I worked during May on that, and also through to June.
I love this. Look. Here you can see. Look, Star Wars. Look at the date. That's so cool.
And even how much I got paid.
Oh God, we better hide that.
I spent most of my time in a cockpit, which was like, obviously...
There are worse places.
Yes. So, which obviously moved back and forwards, and then we said our lines, you know, it was me and another pilot, and there was a blue screen behind, and I mean, it just went on for a few days like that, really. And of course, you know, none of us had any idea how actually, I mean, I'm gobsmacked really to see that it's such, you know, it's such a business, it's huge.
In the case of Star Wars, of course, we, aside from Alec Guinness, the cast was all pretty much unknown, so we had to do tests. We did video tests with various combinations of the three people, and Harrison Ford was not actually originally intended to be in it. He did me a favor of standing in to read for the Han Solo part, in tests with other people. And it became obvious that he was really good.
It was fantastic. It was one of my first jobs, my first really big job. And it was amazing just to watch that doll work. It takes 8 puppeteers to get that doll to do what he does. Or he did at the time. Maybe it's more, at this point. But it was an incredible experience and not scary at all, I must say, to shoot it.
You weren't disturbed in any way? Because I know I was watching it.
I'll tell you what's disturbing is they can make the doll do anything they want, which is to say that in between takes, he would do things like in the scene in the car, he would sit next to me and feel my thigh and flirt with me and like blow me kisses, which is why this photograph even exists.
You can see my name as voices, you won't see my face. So you have to remember.
I think I turned 3 not long after. I started when I was 27 months old, and I booked Pet Cemetery not too long after that. So around 2 or 3.
At the time, I silly me, didn't think it was a great role, but my manager, it's the truth. My manager said, no, you should go and meet the producer because he'd really like to, like you to do it, and he'd like to hear what you have to say. And the producer, who was a very, very, very successful producer in Hollywood, Joel Silver, to his credit, actually listened to what I had to say and said, you know what, we like some of the ideas, let's put you with the writers and, and they'll do their best to try to capture this. And they not only did their best, they did much better, I thought, than I could have even imagined. And of course, working with Arnold and all the rest of the guys.
What's he like?
He talks with a lisp, and he talks with a voice like that. But then when the camera starts rolling, he comes on with this big thing. So, it's a really weird thing. When you hear him, it's just 2 guys talking, Carl, and he talks with a lisp like that. And then he changes in front of the camera. It's a strange thing. But that's acting, I guess,
Automan was a great superhero in the past, and he could come back again. I think if it's all in the programming.
I was going to ask you about this rather fancy outfit here. How did they achieve that?
Well, it was a real complicated effect. It was a multi-layer thing. A guy named Chuck Barbie designed this beam splitter effect to film. It's very complicated. The panels became so hot in the screen that they were able to lift it off as a separate pass and then use that as a traveling mat to superimpose the starfield pattern, whereas today they could just do it with green screen in 5 seconds and it would be real easy.
The car from the opening credits is, somebody has it in Indiana, I believe, and it had been painted black and used in another episode just as a nondescript car, ND car as we call them. But somebody tracked it down and they own it in Indiana.
So Keanu Reeves, big huge name as well. What's he really like? Come on, what's he really, really like?
Really ugly in real life. Really ugly. Yeah. No, he's a great guy, a real good guy. He's I was a bit nervous meeting him at first, because he's like Keanu Reeves or whatever, but, once you got to know him, he's just like any other sort of normal guy, and, I think he's a champion.
Ironically, a lot of it came from old Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin movies. Yeah, that's the research that I did, and as soon as I got the part, George and I would just sit down and watch Buster Keaton movies, and...
I love the way you just say George and I,
Yeah, I know. I'm name dropping, only because I'm tired.
Can I ask you what it was like to work with Mr. Lucas himself? I think our viewers would be very interested to know that. Darth Vader apparently touched this. The Sky Movies HD quiz, hosted by Mark Dolan, is about to start. Backing it out, we've got Empire, Hey You Guys, SFX, and Total Films. And we're going to find out who the movie buffs are and who the movie moffs are.
Are you all having a good time today down here at Olympia? I think one of you will win a year's subscription to Sky Plus HD.
Well, I've always admired the Bond villains more than the James Bond himself, and they had a certain psychopathology about them, a lack of empathy with others' pain, which I was able to, I suppose, draw on for the character of Agent Brown in Matrix.
The quiz is in 2 halves. We've got the first half of the quiz, and then there will be, we will screen a special, fantastic, glossy package for you on the big screen, and then it will be part 2. At the beginning of part 2, I'll announce the winner of the golden ticket for that Sky Plus HD package.
Well, they invented things no one had ever seen before. I mean, 12 years on, the bullet time. I mean, you can see it in car commercials now, but Lana and Andy and Bill Pope and their special effects team invented those things.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Correct, right answer. Professor Snape, indeed, that's the right answer. Well done, very strong showing from Empire there, ladies and gentlemen. Paramount is the right answer. Well done, fantastic work, total film.
It's a very difficult thing to define. Who deserves to win? You know, it's a tricky area. I think that we were all very proud to take part.
Hey, you guys! What happened? What happened?
We're up against three big magazines, and we did our best. We had fun. We had cold weathers.
That's pretty much all you need. So I think you were probably best. Your Wayne's World.
Yeah, I think Wayne's World saved us. Yeah. It was quite excellent.
You've got to be careful around these people.
Something happens when you're around that level of creativity. You know, even the DOP, Bill Pope, and the directors and stuff. You know, everyone was up here in their thinking. You know, they were really trying to push the envelope.
As far as being the Doctor was concerned, working with the Daleks really made me feel, yeah, I'm definitely the Doctor because I work with the Daleks. But there was the very first story I did, which I think has just come out recently on DVD, called Curse of the Rani. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, in that there were things called the Tetraps. I thought they were excellent monsters, and it's a shame they haven't been brought back.
I'm Lynn, this has been the Entertainment Media Show, and you're watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
Hi, this is JJ Cohen of Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3, and you're watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
Hi, I'm Christopher Judge, and you're watching the Sci-Fi Channel. That's SYFY. And somehow it's still sci-fi.
I'm Paul Goddard. You may have seen me as Agent Brown in The Matrix, or as Stark in Farscape, and you're watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
Back to the Future, Goldie Wilson. Anyway, I just want you to know that you're watching this on Sci-Fi.
I've made a bunch of sci-fi movies. The Hive, Meteorites, Contagious, probably a couple more. And you're watching them right here on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Hi, my name's Belinda McClory. I played Switch in The Matrix. You're watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
The Sci-Fi Channel.
My name's Paul McGann. I am the 8th incarnation of Doctor Who. And I watch the Sci-Fi Channel.
This is Ahmed Best, repping Star Wars episodes 1, 2, and 3, and you are watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
Where are you?
Hi, I'm Carter Wong. You are watching Sci-Fi Channel.
I'm A.J. Buckley, and you're watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
What up?
Kia ora whānau, it's Julia Narahanga, and you're watching Sci-Fi Channel.
Hello, I'm Mark Dolan, and you're watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
Keep watching.
That's too scary. That is just too scary.